who can recap? Hey, Kara.
Meowsers.
Okay, I can recap.
Cool.
Mostly. Uh, so it was a very fun game of never finding Belloryn. So the first thing we do is we head to Belloryn's house to try to find him, and see if that's where he went. And we make it to the gate. The guards follow us, of course, and we asked the guards to let us in, and they were like, "No, we're not going to do that. We're only going to guard Ratha." So they were like, "Well, what if Ratha just gets tossed on the other side? Will you then have to unlock the doors to get to her?" And they just looked confused, so we didn't do that. But there was a little doorbell situation, and we rang it, and the butler, Edward, came out and tells us that both Belloryn and all of us are no longer allowed on the grounds, so that's exciting. After talking to him a little bit, we were able to get into his caring heart of Belloryn, since he cares for Belloryn so much, and are able to see his reactions when we mentioned the Library of Twilight. And we do know that he went to a restaurant whose name I apparently did not write down. A restaurant. So we head to the restaurant, and it's way above our level of class. And so we have to and so we have to bribe the whatever you call those people.
Maitre d'.
A maitre d'.
That's how far above our level of class it was.
So crazy. To tell us some facts, and we learned that he was there and that he had a meal with Lizzie and his mother. And at first we were like, oh, they were all together. We later found out that's not the case. At this point, it's time to go meet with Zyron, but it's also time for people to go to the library to see about what Belloryn was there. So we split the party yet again. It's very exciting. Go to the dancing place, meet with the good Jean boy, Zyron, and talk and get the key while everyone else goes to the library. And then we go to the library, we all reunite, find out that Belloryn was there. He apparently asked the question, passed the test, and is pretty weird right now with stuff. People are kind of acting weird about him for what he's done. Also, I think on the way to the library or on the way to the restaurant, we run into the sleeper gang again. And Grikiki does amazing intimidation and convinces us not to even fight. And so we just move on and don't fight. So after...
Don't fight. I spent all this time setting up this roll 20 scenario where it was going to be epic horribleness, and you're just like, no, I'm
no fighting.
She's like, how about if I strangle you? I found out that's legal. And they're like, no,
what
thank
if
you.
Instead?
And so we didn't fight, and we head over to Lizzie's castle area to go talk to her. She talks to us. She talks about the fact that she had dinner with Belloryn. We kind of alluded to knowing about the Mind Flayer situation without actually downright saying it, and she was acting kind of sus about it, but we didn't really want to confront her because she's a dragon, so that's kind of there right now. Then we all kind of made out with her a little bit in level 4. So we're level 4. A little bit. It was extra special for some people, for reasons. Particularly Aezsh, Enid, and Ratha had an extra bonusy time. And then we went back to our little... Did we do the... No, we met with the sleeper gang, got that all taken care of, went back to the ship, found Belloryn a snoozing, and we kind of just talked shit about him, basically, while he's around his sleeping form, about how dare he run away without telling us, leaving a note. But he's snoozing. Get a knock on the door. It's his old friend Sam, who went missing a long time ago after going to the library, who is older now, but still very much in the mindset of a child. Belloryn wakes up, convinces Sam to not come with us and do our things, and that he would always be protected. And Belloryn's just we have a lot of work to do, and we're like, great, add it to the to-do list, and that's where we are.
Nice. Yeah, God, I forgot. I was like, what did you guys do last game? And I'm like, oh, yeah, you did
a lot of making out.
Yeah.
My favorite part of that was Grikiki being so innocent and trying to like not, and then she's like, nope.
Just a peck on the, oh my goodness.
I told my other campaign about how we got to make out with a dragon, and it was so intense that I leveled up. And then I got to marry a dragon in the end of that campaign.
There you go. You're just living the dreams right there.
In Soviet Russia, dragons seduce you.
I am on call tonight, you guys, and there's some cases kind of lurking around. So if I have to deal with that, I apologize ahead of time.
Lame.
Okay, so before we go on to, I don't exactly know what you guys are going to do tonight, but for the heist, we are going to do a different mechanic to handle that. So to resolve the fact that you probably had like hours of planning and strategizing and all of that to like anticipate problems. When you are on the heist, you can call for a flashback, which is basically you go back to when you were all planning and I was like, oh yeah, don't you remember we talked about what we would do if we encountered this problem? And then you can have like something added to your inventory or like a strategy or something like that. When you call for a flashback, that's going to add to me a unluck dice, which is if you roll and you are successful at a roll, I might call for you to re-roll it.
Okay.
So that's going to be the mechanism that we have to deal with for flashbacks and for the planning that you engaged in. So when Belloryn wakes up and you guys all reconnoiter, it's about green 3.
Let's flash back to when we prepared for this. Oh wait, we never did.
Okay, so it's green 3, and you have two targets to hit. You have Pentuma's townhouse to get the key, and then you have the company building. But that isn't going to happen for a few hours. So I guess my first question is, do you want to do anything before going off on this shenanigans?
Man.
So there's Aezsh is gonna make sure to resummon his familiar before he goes because he wants to have his familiar at the ready.
Oh yeah, do you want to describe what this looks like? The pelican is gone.
Sure. Yeah, the seagull that we all met
Yes.
is no longer Aezsh's what you see when he resummons him. I actually have a picture for this. But it is a little bird that maybe like this big.
You'll be able to share a screen if you want to.
Yeah. Let's see where. I've got 3 screens up. I don't know which one gets shared, but sure. How do I do? Let's see. Oh, it says I cannot share screen while other participant is sharing.
Oh, that's my music. Sorry. Okay, go ahead. Try it now.
We will share the screen. Is it?
Oh, look at that
don't
little
know
guy.
text. So yeah, like this, and then that. So it's vaguely penguin-like, but they're basically the penguins of the North Pole, essentially. But they can fly, unlike penguins. They can actually fly, but they're also amazing swimmers.
Whoa.
Cool.
So he's a little kind of black and white with just a completely dark head, dark eyes, dark beak, thin little white strip by the back of the beak, and some little web feet.
And what do you call it?
But that it is named. Oh shoot, I have it written down and I forgot what it is.
That's a long name.
It is.
Yeah, what do you call it?
It
for
is
short?
named Misty.
Misty.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So you resummon your familiar. Anybody else doing anything in the interim? I believe you have like 2 or 3 hours before you need to hit the place.
So, Ratha, do you know of anything that could put a two-headed tiger to sleep?
I feel like Ratha might know that. Probably a tranquilizer, I guess.
Something we could maybe put in a piece of meat or something to maybe get it out of the equation?
It was also made of shadow, was it not?
Wasn't it a shadow tiger?
Yeah.
I think
both in and out of character, I don't know what that means.
Yeah. Does that mean it's made out of shadow?
Yeah,
or is
do we
it just
actually
black?
do our characters have any idea what they mean by shadow tiger?
Yeah, give me either Arcana or Nature check.
I can roll an Arcana check.
I can do a nature.
That's pretty good. That's a
I'll try in nature just for the heck of it.
total of 20 on Arcana.
Non-natural 20 on nature.
Oh.
Wow. Okay, so Arcana, you know that this is possibly a creature that's been pulled from the Shadowfell. I believe that they also said it was two-headed.
Yeah, the two-headed shadow tiger.
Yeah, two-headed shadow tiger. So it seems like it's a creature that was pulled from the Shadowfell that may have some properties associated with that plane, such as like hiding in darkness or being able to prowl at things in shadow, etc. And Gyrfalcon, with a nature check, you think that even though this thing is clearly not like a normal animal, that it would probably still be subject to natural effects. And with that, Ratha, you do have animal friendship.
Mm-hmm.
And you may have some other spells that you could use that would accomplish something to minimize how unpleasant the thing could be.
Kida has good animal handling. Am I right about that?
Oh, yeah, I do. I've got, I'm proficient in that, so.
Maybe you take a little snooze with the shadow tiger while we do the heist.
I mean, we're both cats. It's a perfect time for a cat now.
And so remind me who's going on which location.
I believe it's Gyrfalcon, Kida, Ratha, and Belloryn going to the house.
Okay.
Grikiki was going to the house.
No, you're the only one.
Because we needed Grikiki to copy the star map.
Oh, that's right.
And was Ratha or Kida going to be the one to carry the thing back and forth?
I think we were debating between the two because we were saying like I could wild shape into something.
Yeah, how fast can you go, Ratha? What's the fastest thing you can be?
So Gyrfalcon, Kida, Ratha, Belloryn to the penthouse or the townhouse, and then Enid, Aezsh, and Grikiki to the company building.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So I'm gonna.
Belloryn's just gonna say real fast. Well, friends, I'm going to go back to sleep because after being quite amazing today at the library, I trust you with whatever you decide. Friends, just let me know. I'm gonna go sleep, and he's gonna go sleep, so I don't have to worry about him right now. Go sleep.
Fine. Just be ready to get up when we need you.
Just gives a thumbs up. Go to sleep. While I read his character sheet some more about what he can do.
Okay, so Gyrfalcon's gonna go into town and try and find some kind of drug to give the Shadow Tiger.
Okay. So Deer Falcon's gonna go look for some drugs.
On drugs, please.
Are
you going by Are you going by yourself, man? This is a
I don't
dangerous
have to.
place. We've already been nearly kidnapped and everything else. You should probably have someone go with you.
Well, who wants to go with me? I never said I was
I'll
gonna
go with
myself.
you. I think I might know more about this.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah. Okay, great. So they're gonna head off to find some. Are looking for tiger drugs, presumably.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tiger tranquilizer.
What's tiger? What's the rest of the crew doing?
Or some kind of like shadow.
Was the
I'm
was
gonna
the
before
tiger-
as our leader, I'm like, hey, maybe you get a big slab of meat for it too.
is the tiger the main thing we had to worry about for our section?
And not being found because
Right.
the
Yeah.
person's still in the house.
Right.
I
Yeah.
think so.
And he's gonna be awake. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
believe
he's gonna
that.
be awake downstairs. So like fighting the thing is probably gonna be alerting him if that happens. And then so for our crew, let's just recap what we had to go over. We had to worry about a pressure plate
At the base of the stairs.
at the base of the stairs.
And some sort
There's some kind of
protection
security,
in the hallway.
something in the hallway, but we don't know exactly what.
Detection device.
Yeah,
We don't know what
detects
that
motion
uses
or
to
magic.
detect us. Yeah,
Could
if
be
it's
either.
like vision based or if it's like some creature type based or who knows. We don't have any idea. Zyron didn't really know either. We just know that we can't take anything from the office
Right. It's gotta be
because
back
this
exactly
is
how it
supposed to look like a break-in for some artwork. We're going to steal some art off the first floor just to have a reason for the break-in or a reason for the break-in. But we're not taking anything from the upstairs. We're just getting in. Grikiki is going to copy the star map and then we're out of there. Put it back like we found it. Just the only thing we're taking is our copy of the star map and that painting from the downstairs.
And the door to the office is sealed somehow.
Right, but we have the key.
Yeah, that's what we're getting the key for. That's what
Oh,
that's what our other crew.
No.
Or is at the desk?
Yes.
yeah, we already have the key.
But the
we
door
had
is
the key.
sealed.
We have. What was the key that? Or Zyron gave us the key to the building.
Yes. You have the key. You have a key to the exterior door to get you into the building.
Oh,
You do
that
not
makes
know the access to the office door. It's something, and Zyron doesn't know what. The key that the other team is going to grab you is the key to the desk.
Got it. Okay. Okay.
So preferably we can figure out a way to open that door without breaking the lock because we're trying to not let people know that we were in there. So let's
Yes.
not break it.
If we break in to the first floor using a key, aren't they immediately going to just look for whoever lost their key to the front door? Like, that's not really a break-in. That's just someone walking
no
in
one's
who has
lost
access.
a key.
Right, no, but that's
Yeah,
going to
well-
be confusing.
Well, I think it's just unauthorized access to the first floor. Someone got a hold of somebody's key, went in and stole the artwork.
Does anyone have thieves' tools?
Me.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Does anyone who's going to the
Gonna say.
other place have?
I don't think so.
'Cause
No.
I don't.
No.
I
My
yeah, I
dexterity
mean,
is pretty good.
I have a crowbar, but that kind of defeats our purpose of not breaking the door.
I mean, we can use thieves' tools even if we're not proficient, right?
Mhm,
Yes.
you just don't get-
So maybe we should pick some up. I have a +2 to dexterity. I don't know what you have.
I have a +3.
Yeah, you do it.
Oh wait, hey guys, hold on. And I'm like just digging through his backpack. I have a thing on my character sheet that I completely forgot about. That I'm gonna pull out right now. I'm like, what about this? I have written on my character sheet a key of opening.
The key of opening. Yes.
It's a one-time use thing. I don't remember where we got that. I don't remember how I got this, but
You got it from the fountain.
that's
But
right.
then could we not break into the penthouse at all?
Yeah. That
Fair question.
if that'll work for the desk.
But if
It
that'll work for
one
the desk, yes, but we still need to get into the office.
Is it one-time use?
It's a one-time thing. It'll only work once. If we use it to get into the office, we won't be able to also use it to get into the desk.
Why don't we go ahead and
we
get
don't
the
have a
desk-
key to the office. I think we should probably still go through with the plan, but that might help us get into the desk. Or do you think we should have everyone there and just try and circumvent the lock in
No, I
the
think
office
your
and
plan
use
is a good one.
Let's go ahead
Okay.
and I was gonna say let's go ahead and get the desk key from the house, and we can use that key in case of an emergency.
Yeah, we can try and open the door, and if we can't get it open, or it looks like we're gonna break something or trigger something, then we can try and use this key of opening. How does that sound? I forgot I had this. Glad I keep my backpack.
I haven't needed it until now.
Falcon, give me an investigation check, and you can do it with an advantage if Ratha's helping you.
Oh, okay. That is a 16 and a 15.
Okay, so it's not too difficult to find various poisons and toxins on the Rock of Brawl. You quickly establish that the cost of these things is far beyond the free cash that you have available. Since you are your father's son, you know that you could probably write a writ against the Whistling Meteor to leverage it to buy some of these poisons if you would like. Of course, then you would need to owe them, your ship if you didn't pay it back in a timely fashion. Again, from your father's experience, the usual strategy for this is just skip out on the debt. Just stay one step ahead of them.
Yes. Falcon hears his father's voice saying that in his head, but Falcon hates that about his father and is embarrassed by it. I do have bad reputation, but that only lets me get away with minor crimes. I'm assuming that theft of a drug of this price is not a minor crime.
Yeah, that's well, you know what? No, you could absolutely steal from one of the other criminal organizations on the Rock of Brawl and add to your list of people trying to get at you. So there's 100%.
Ever longer.
Then we'll just get tranquilizers for them.
If you're stealing tranquilizers from someone, that means you're stealing from someone who is known to have tranquilizers that they could potentially use. Just a thought.
The groups that you would be relatively easy to steal something from are the Daydream Throne. They are a collection of fae on the rock. The Gatekeepers, they're a bunch of druidic goblins. And the Bronze Arrows, they're an enforcer mercenary gang. Any of these three you can steal with no problem. They will know, who you are.
Right. So I say to Ratha, I'm like, okay, I know where we could get tranquilizers, but it would mean adding to our list of enemies / people that want to kill us / problems. So do you think that either you or Kida could handle this cat by yourself without them?
I think we could probably handle it without it. We already have a pretty extensive list.
Fair. Okay. Because we kind of have a lot on our plate.
We don't need another game sending mercenaries and other things against us.
Considering we barely got out of the last two and just from the one game,
We'll add the Trank gang to the list.
And then you can buy a set of thieves' tools, no problem. Sam, can you look up what that price is for me?
I can do
Here's my
that.
book. If you guys have enough cash, I'm not sure. You're a
I,
little low.
I want to say they're off the top of my head. I think they're 50, but let me check. 25 gold.
25. Geofalcon and Ratha, you guys have that on your sheets?
I have 7 gold.
No, we don't have enough. I have like 10.
You could get a janky ass set of thieves tools for half price.
Slightly bent, only somewhat used.
Can I lift that with bad reputation and nobody make a fuss?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay, then I'll just go into a place, mention the fact that I'm from a pirate clan from Andrel, from the Cold Cliffs, and the guy shakes and hands me a rolled up thing of thieves' tools. So like a mirror, lockpicks, pliers, set of narrow bladed scissors.
Excellent.
And a small file, and I roll them back up into the black cloth, doff my hat, and then walk out with a big shit-eating grin.
Great. All right. Yeah, go ahead and add a set of thieves' tools to your character sheet. Okay. Geofalcon and Ratha return from their adventure. It's green 4 by the time they get back.
All right. So I hold out my hand with the set of thieves' tools and present it to Enid. Here you go.
Thank you. I'm just gonna put it in my backpack. Walk away.
Great. Okay, so so you guys gonna wait to the appointed hour to go hit up Pentuma's house?
I suppose so. I guess this is where we're doing our planning that you're
Flashback.
talking about.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is there I can't think of anything else we would need to do.
I did want to ask, so my memory is terrible. Is the tiger a specific kind of tiger?
Shadow, two-headed
We
shadow.
just know all we know is
Shadow
two-headed shadow tiger.
Okay. Do we know anything about that? Like, could I roll a nature check to see if we know anything else about that kind of?
Yeah, I think that between the Arcana and the nature that has already been rolled, what do you want to know? I guess you guys have pretty much covered what you need to know about this thing.
Just like a little bit more about, like, I mean, even just like, is it a pack animal? Is it like, what does it eat kind of deal?
Okay, yeah. So it's basically like it's a tiger. It happens to have 2 heads. It happens to probably come from or have strong connections to the Shadowfell. So, so you know that it should behave basically like a tiger. So, pride, kind of social organization, and reasonably dangerous / aggressive, but at least presumably somewhat trained to be in this guy's house.
Question: do things, knowing like the laws of this place of the like not drawing blood, if your pet were to draw blood, would that come back on you, or would that be like if the shadow tiger bit someone and made them bleed, would that come back on its owner, or would that be a crime against the tiger? Do we know?
Yeah, that's a good question. It would probably it would depend a lot on the circumstances. You think that the authorities would just round up everybody and then sort it out later, so you're not sure what the consequences of that would be.
Okay.
Okay, so
And I'm assuming the no bloodshed rule applies to non-sentient animals.
Yeah,
Like they can't make the tiger bleed type.
right.
Yeah.
Really?
Exactly.
Also, just as an update, I was looking at Belloryn's sheet when I said I had +3 dexterity. I got +2. So
Yeah, we all
We're all
3 of us that are
+2s,
going.
man.
I'm +2 as well. So everyone
Sorry.
going to the shareholder
looking
hits
at- I was-
+2.
I was looking at Belloryn. Belloryn's got a +3. Not me.
Okay.
1 second.
Okay, so this is what Pentuma's townhouse looks like according to what Zyron told you and what you are able to discern. So the first floor is on the left. The front door here is where you guys can get access. That's where the tiger hangs out. And Zyron says, go in there, deal with the tiger, go upstairs. At the top of the stairs, there's a door into Pentuma's bedroom. And then on his side table here should be where the key is. He will be, if you go there during the hour that Zyron told you, he will be in the kitchen having his like midnight, snack. So there's not a lot of distance. So probably, kind of any noise is likely to transmit to him and alert him that there's shenanigans afoot.
And how do we know how tall it is to the second story windows? Oops.
Yeah, it's like a normal height, like 10, 15 feet.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna make Belloryn wake back up and come out and talk to us. So, friends, if we want to go through the outside and not from the inside, I have the ability to fly 10 feet in the air, and if that is high enough to reach the window, potentially I can get into the window and then use Mage Hand to grab the key and pull it out of the back window, and we never have to enter at all.
I like that plan.
Do we know where the key, did he tell us where the key is in the room?
Yes, it's basically on the top of the nightstand.
As long as we were able to get that window open, I should be able to fly up and use Mage Hand to grab it, I think.
And then let me show you the company building for those of you hitting that. So the first floor is on the top, has these double doors. There's a bunch of small offices on this floor. This is also the painting that you have to steal is on this wall. And I can, once you get in the room, I'll show you some of the other paintings. Zyron's office is on this floor as well. There's a receptionist, and then there's this stairway up to the top. At the top of this first flight of stairs, this is where that pressure plate is that Zyron doesn't know what happens when it's triggered, but he knows that it is a pressure plate there that you need to bypass. And then at the top of the stairs, the first door on the right is Mishri's office. And in there's the desk as well as bookshelves, etc., and the windows that allow you ingress and egress. So the Zyron suggestion was like, get the key from Pentuma, pass it into the people in Mishri Pandar's office, like through one of the windows. They unlock the desk. The Grikiki does her thing. Then you guys finish it, pass the key off, and take it back to Pentuma's bedside. So that was his suggestion, but you guys, can maneuver it however you want.
I think that's probably our best bet. That way we don't have whoever's bringing us the key accidentally hit the pressure plate. We should probably have them try and give it to us through the window. Did we decide who's ferrying the key over? Which of you is fastest?
My speed is 40 feet. I don't know how fast you are in wild shape, Ratha.
If I do the one that the moorbounder, it's 70, and my natural speed now, because I took the mobile feat, is 45. So
Okay.
not wild shape, just that's all.
Sounds good.
Does mobile apply? I think it applies to your wild shape. I think it just increases your speed by 10 feet.
Let me see what it
I don't
says.
think so. That would make your speed in wild shape with that thing would be 80. I think that's how that works.
It doesn't say it doesn't apply to wild shape. I'm not
I mean,
sure.
it just, your speed increases by
It's by
10.
10.
So I think that would, apply regardless. And
Okay,
it doesn't say your ground speed or anything. So if you had a flying or a swimming speed, I presume that it would also increase. So
cool. Okay then. Yeah, it'd be 80 with that creature. So I'd be pretty fast.
And you could. That's not even including
Yeah,
dashing, right?
Yeah, that's not
You
even
could-
dashing.
That's just normal speed.
And difficult terrain does not cost extra movement now.
nice. Okay, so Geofalcon, Kida, Ratha, you all are heading to
And Belloryn.
Pentuma's townhouse. What is your strategy to get there? Are you just like walking through the streets? Are you trying to be sneaky? Like, what's your overall strategy?
Just walk and try and not and be as inconspicuous as adventurers can be.
Yeah.
Give me a group stealth check. So everybody roll your stealth, please.
And Belloryn is there too. Yes.
Yes. So roll for Belloryn, please.
Son of a bitch! I rolled 11.
18.
18.
And Ratha.
17.
Also, I got brand new dice for Christmas.
Ooh, those are
Nice.
They're
pretty.
made out of
Same,
stone.
actually.
Nice.
Ooh.
Everyone's getting all sorts of new dice. I don't think I got bought dice in 15 years. I know. Okay, so you guys successfully maneuver through. It's a pretty high-end neighborhood. You do spot some circulating guards. That it looks like there's 3 troopers, like private security. You're able to like hide behind a corner and wait for them to pass, and then kind of go on. So you do know that there's security kind of circulating around and about that might, spot you if you're doing something nefarious. But you get to the street where Pentuma's townhouse is. Okay, Enid, Aezsh, and Grikiki, what is the plan to get to the company building?
It was in the business district, right?
Yes, it's in the business district, which is pretty quiet at night, as far as you know, and as far as Belloryn's told you.
Which is good and bad.
Yeah. Well, do we think would walking like normal people be less conspicuous than trying to
Sometimes it
act
just-
weird?
Yeah, I mean, walking on the street's not a crime.
Would we
Yet.
draw attention as walking down the street in the business district, do you think? Would that be strange? Just people strolling through the business
David,
district?
you know that.
Seems like people do a lot of strange things here, and no one
Yeah.
pays a lot of attention.
As long
That's
as we
true.
follow the rules, everything's kind of up for grabs, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess we can just walk normally until we get close, and then maybe once we're like pretty close, we don't want to be seen entering the build. Well, no, we're unlocking the door with a key. We can just walk in like we belong there.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay,
Let's just do
as you
that.
guys offload off of the Whistling Meteor, you hear the 2 old guys outside the pub. One of them's like, "Did you hear some fool talk to the Cathay?" The other one says, "Yeah, and I worried it talked back to him. Ha 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 ha."
Quick aside. What about Ratha's guards?
Oh, that's right.
I mean, unless you guys ditch them, they're like just trooping along with her.
You should ditch them.
We ditched them.
That was a thing that happened.
Yeah.
Flashback. We ditched them.
Given your guys' stealth checks, you do successfully evade your gift bodyguard of 4. Now they are added to the group of people patrolling the streets of this nice neighborhood that are trying to find you.
Goody.
They don't know anything about like Ratha's ability, so like they wouldn't be suspicious of like a cat walking past them. Okay, cool.
Probably not. It's difficult to know what they've been told, but they seem pretty like, follow orders. They don't seem very creative, is your impression.
All right, cool, good.
Okay, Enid, Aezsh, and Grikiki, you guys just kind of casually stroll through the business district. You have the key that Zyron gave you. He said he did want you to make sure it looks like the lock was jimmied. So you slip the key in and enter into the first floor of the company building. Okay, Geofog and Kida, Ratha, Belloryn, you guys are across the street. What's the play with the townhouse here?
We want to check out the back. To see if that window opens, we should sneak around to the back.
Yes. So the townhouse is the end of a kind of a row of houses. So let me show you here. Hang on. Okay. So the front here is on the main street. This wall is on a side street, and then this wall is on an alleyway that seems dedicated to this building. So it's not hard to get sort of around the edge of the building and in that alleyway and kind of scope out things from there. You do see the kitchen light is on, more or less as expected, based on what Zyron told you of his habits. And yeah, there's the kitchen window here. There's a back door, and then up on the second story, there's a couple of windows, which from Zyron's description, go on to his bedroom.
The kitchen window is open.
The kitchen window is not none of the windows are open.
Cool. Goody. So he can't see us and we can't see him.
Well, the window's not like cracked open, but the window's still like a clear pane of glass.
There's no curtains.
There's no curtains. Exactly.
Okay, so gotta be.
Right. Yeah.
Does it look like the windows are locked?
You don't. It's difficult to ascertain that visually, but you would be surprised if windows in a nice neighborhood like this are not actively barred or locked in some fashion.
Okay.
Mage hand might not be enough for this one, guys.
So I am fairly good at climbing. So potentially I could try and climb up there and crack the window open. Maybe I'm trying to figure out if I could just force it open, or maybe if I borrowed Gear Falcon's thieves' tools to try
I was
and
gonna say I could loan you my tools to give that a try. That's a
As long as we stay quiet.
That's a dex ability, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Kita's got good dex.
As long as we stay quiet so he doesn't turn around or comes out here.
Yeah.
He was pretty distracted with those onions right now.
I'm also very speedy when climbing because of my cat's claws. So
I was like, Ratha could also climb, but would have nothing that has opposable thumbs. Not be beneficial.
Awesome. Okay, so Kida climbing up the wall to the window of the bedroom there.
Yep.
Okay, give me first a stealth check.
That's a 15.
Okay, and then in athletics.
Okay. I'm going to use my point of inspiration from several sessions ago to roll with advantage.
Okay.
Okay, you said athletics?
Yes.
Okay.
You do also have an actual climbing speed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Tabaxi. It's only 20 feet, but it is an actual climbing speed.
Oh, neat. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I don't know how that affects things, but yes. Yeah. 12.
12. Okay, that's fine. Just seeing how hard it is to hang on with one hand while mucking with the. So you get up to the window, no problem. It is in fact locked. Just pushing on it doesn't get you anything. So you kind of whip out Gear Falcon's tools. And you think you could maybe jimmy it and pry it open without making too much of a fuss. So give me an athletic or a dexterity check, just flat.
These new dice are not great. That's an 8.
Okay, great. Everybody else that's on that scene, give me a perception check.
Love it. 11.
I see if any of my dice are better.
12.
Non-natural 20.
Okay, Ratha, you see coming down the street the 4 Gith that were assigned to guard you, and they are looking up in Kida's direction. And we will come back to you guys. Okay. Those of you at the company building, you slip into to the first floor of the building. So the layout is, as I showed you before, there's a variety of works of art on the walls here. The one that Zyron suggested that you nab show you.
At the end of the hallway, right?
Yes, at the end on the left. The one that Zyron suggested that you snab is a kind of orange painting with a tiger and a strange sigil on it.
Is it in a language we can read?
It is not in a language you can read.
No.
There are a variety of other paintings on the walls here, most of them of kind of space sorts of scenery. Not necessarily particularly valuable from your point of view. Maybe they have some artistic potential that you are unaware of. Show you another example. So yeah, there's a variety of fairly nice looking artwork in addition to that one that Zyron suggested that you grab.
How big is the tiger painting?
The tiger painting it's decent size. It's about 1.5 feet wide by about 2 feet tall.
Okay.
So you couldn't like hide it under a piece of clothing or anything. You're obviously going to be carrying it.
Right. Well, we should do that at the end.
Yeah, we should definitely grab that on the way out. That way we're not carrying it around this whole time.
Okay.
So if we
What
go,
if we don't get the option to go out the front door?
then yikes. If we don't get the option to go out the front door, then I feel like we've already
Okay.
messed up too bad.
How about this? If we grab it,
Anyway.
we can grab it now and I can just stash it in the ring.
Oh, that's a good
That
idea.
also works.
Okay.
I won't be able to go back in and out of my ring again, but we can do that. Just a thought. That seems probably like the best use of that for now. What do you think?
It's a good. Sure.
I don't know when else I'm going to need to do that.
If the pressure plate's not something to get deactivated, you can go in the ring and we can just throw it up the landing of the stairs.
Oh, I
mean,
I
I
think
can
I'll be-
carry the painting.
think I'll be fine on the pressure plate.
I don't mind carrying the painting.
Yeah, it's not hard. I mean, it's not particularly bulky. It's just, obvious.
It's obvious.
And it's something that you have to think about.
Yeah. I don't know. I can just stash it there. I'm not worried about the pressure plate. My patron gave me something new that I think will work well for getting me around that.
Okay, so Aezsh, you're going to grab the painting.
Yeah, I'll
go
grab the
into your
painting and
ring,
just
leave it there.
into the ring and back out again, and the painting stays in there because I just set it down inside.
Okay, great. Okay, back to the townhouse. Ratha, you spot the gift like looking up at the second level, seeing Kida like dangling there, trying to open the window.
They look like they're moving towards her. Do I notice?
They're not. No, they're just like they were just like walking around, like probably looking for you.
Okay.
They're paused and they're just looking up at basically this spectacle. Like there's this tabaxi hanging like one-handed from some mortar, trying to jam a pick into a window. Like that's a spectacle, right?
I lost my keys, guys. It happens.
Yeah. I will slowly like move out of their sight range or something. Like I don't know. And
They haven't spotted, as far as you know, they haven't spotted you.
Okay. I have no clue how to. I'll like whisper to Belloryn, "Hey, can you get a message to Kida? Like in her mind or something?"
The Gith are like now talking to each other, and they're all like pointing up, like clearly drawing attention to your scheme.
No, I cannot do that, friend. But wait, hold on.
Kida's been spotted by my guards.
How tall are
Drawing
you?
attention.
Kida, give another dexterity check to try to get this window open.
I'm 5'11".
You're pretty tall. That's unfortunate. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do while Kida's dangling.
15.
15. Okay.
Belloryn?
Belloryn.
I'm going to kind of like walk a little bit while they're distracted. I'm gonna like just maybe walk down another side thingy, so I'm like on next to the main road, not the same one we just came up and not where they're at. And I'm gonna cast minor illusion down the road a bit of hoping for a little bit of perspective here of what's your name? Ratha kind of like ducking away so they can kind of see Ratha go away.
Okay.
But she's kind of like ducking because it can only be a 5-foot cube and Ratha is taller than that. So
all right, give me a performance check on that, Belloryn.
yeah. Is Belloryn good at that? He's all right. 13.
13. All right. So yeah, you sneak around. Kida, you click, get the window clicked open and sneak through it. Pretty much at the same time as Belloryn, you're conjuring this image. So here's the thing. It's a minor illusion. So it's not sound, right? So how are you?
I could make it be Ratha yelling for help.
They may not. You're not sure that they would recognize her
That's
voice.
unfortunate. What type of guards are they?
Lame guards.
Just bad guards.
So they're all focused. They're all watching this tabaxi, like second story her way into a window. So like, how are you going to get them to pay attention to the illusion that you're just creating?
Let's see. I also have prestidigitation. So can I cast both and make sounds with prestidigitation? Does prestidigitation?
Sure. Yeah.
Can I make sounds?
And your performance was 13?
It was a 13.
Okay. Yeah, they apparently buy it. They're at least momentarily distracted and they head in that direction. Are you going to do anything to keep them like on the chase, as it were?
Unfortunately, it was my thing to get into the window after Kida opened it. Huh. But Kida can just walk in the window, can't she?
Yeah, I can just
You're already
in the
there.
window at this point.
I'm just gonna. I mean, I'm gonna have.
Just like keep casting minor illusion, prestidigitation, like luring.
Well, I'm having the illusion like duck into an alleyway. So maybe like I'll like follow across the street and make her duck like through another corner, and hopefully.
So you're gonna Scooby Doo it, where they're popping out of different doors and running.
It works on Scooby Doo, so I feel like. But like, so she'll go into like one of the side roads, and then she'll turn into the alleyway. So I figure I'll take 2 illusions.
Okay. Okay. All right. So
And then maybe
Belloryn is luring the gift away. Kida slips through the window. Back to the company building. So you guys have got the picture that you need to get. And yeah, other than, I mean, nobody's here. The lights are all off. It's pretty dim. You all have dark vision, so that's not a problem. And you see the stairway going up and the landing that's, reasonably broad. You can't just like swing a leg around it. So what's the plan here?
So we got to get over that and we can't step on it. So
Is it shaped
Grikiki,
such that I could like climb up and over and then haul them up and over? Can I reach the stairs?
So
the upper stairs from the bottom stairs?
Yeah, let me show you again. So the stairs go up.
Ooh,
and then there's this landing and there's a wall to your right that's maybe 3 or 4 feet before the next stairs going up. So
gotcha. So it's not like a gap in between, it's like a wall in between.
Exactly. It's a wall in between. Right. Well, yeah, so you couldn't like spanning that, like you could maybe swing and like grab but then you'd be like one hand on either side of this wall and you're not sure like where you could go from there, sort of thing.
I'm pretty sure I can get me across, but I don't know how to get any of you across.
Yeah.
Is there anywhere we could attach a rope on this wall up high and like Tarzan around
there's a railing, like a normal, like waist high railing sort of thing that goes around and up.
Gotcha. I was wondering if we could like attach it up high and like Tarzan around the little low wall.
I mean, if you could anchor something in the ceiling.
I have a javelin, but it wouldn't anchor.
I have a grappling hook.
I mean, we have a grappling hook, but we don't want to cause any damage. Is there what is this ceiling something like the equivalent of like a drop ceiling or something that we could like push around or mess with or hook something in and not be like completely wrecking the ceiling?
Not completely wrecking it, yes. Without leaving any sign is going to be tricky, but plausible.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. Actually, I have a plan, guys. Okay. I'm gonna take this grappling hook and I'm just gonna go put it up there, okay? And he casts spider walk and just walks up the wall with the grappling hook. And just hooks it in the ceiling.
Okay.
And it's like,
yeah.
You guys can swing around it right here. I'm gonna walk over to the other side and I'll help catch you on the other side, and so you don't swing back into the middle. And
Nice.
he's saying this just like standing.
I was gonna say,
horizontally.
so yeah, you guys see Zyred like sticking up to the like skittering
he's
up
just
the wall,
watching- it's just like
not a thing.
he's
you've
perpendicular to the ground right now, just kind of like standing. This was that new thing I was talking about.
Pretty cool.
This feels like that scene from Into the Spider-Verse.
So he's gonna go up and like hook it as carefully as he can, so it's like
Okay.
secure but not gonna cause too much damage.
Yep.
And then he's gonna walk around to the other side so they can like run and swing around, and he'll like kind of help stop them on the other side.
Okay, cool. You guys gonna do that, Ricky, Renee?
Mhm.
Sure.
Okay,
Let's
great.
do
Yeah,
it.
no problem. Yeah, the rope
wonderful.
makes it easy peasy. You guys swing around and get to the stairs. You walk up the stairs and look down the main corridor of the second floor. As you do so, you notice that there is an array of red beams
Yes.
of light
Lasers.
crisscrossing the corridor between you and the office door.
Backflips.
And
everywhere.
we're going to go back to the townhouse. Okay, so Kida, you slip in. Falcon, Ratha, you guys are looking up. You're still there in the alleyway. Belloryn's gone somewhere, presumably to deal with the GIF.
Standard.
So Kida, you land in the bedroom. It is dark, but you know exactly where the end table is supposed to be and where the key is, and you can see it glittering there with your dark vision.
Cool. I'm gonna sneak over there and grab it.
Okay, great. Yeah, no problem. You snag it.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna go out and climb down, hopefully.
Are you going to re-latch the window, or are you leaving it open so that you can bring it back more easily?
The plan is to bring it back after we open the thing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna close it, but I'm not gonna relatch it.
Got it. Okay. So yeah, you scamper back down and you got the key. Ratha, you're going to take it wild shape and take off.
Yes.
Okay. Kida, Falcon, Belloryn, Ratha's taking off across the city, basically. You guys have probably a half hour to kill. What's the plan until then?
We need to keep those Gith busy.
Okay.
It's also probably a good idea to keep an eye on him.
Dude in the house.
He's stirring pasta now. He's making a whole but and just to make
It's
sure that he
homemade
doesn't realize his key is missing and call anyone about that too.
Okay, so you guys are going to basically stay where you are in the alley to keep an eye out?
Yeah.
Did the gift just follow
Right.
the illusion until it faded away?
I mean, Belloryn didn't, unless Belloryn's going to lead them on a merry chase around the city. He led them for a couple of turns and then came back.
Cool.
I think we should maybe go somewhere a little bit different than the alley, just so if they come back, there's nobody there, so maybe they can assume that
Yeah.
whatever was happening is done.
Good idea.
Um,
All right.
Okay.
there's
So you guys stealth your way away. We'll apply your same stealth check, so you're able to bypass any of the neighborhood private security guards. Ratha, you have transformed into. Okay, is this a picture of this thing?
Yeah, that is a picture of that thing.
Dang.
Holy shit!
God, cute.
Like a panther thing with big horns.
Panther
Big,
thing
like,
with
tusks.
Yep. All right, so Ratha,
Antelope.
you have transformed into this horrible.
oh That's cool.
Y'all were pretty
Plot
chill about me
line.
transforming, so y'all have never seen that before.
I imagine Kida got really excited.
You're pelting your way across the city towards the company building. Okay, back to the company building. So you guys see this corridor with all of these bright beams of light crisscrossing it.
Is there able to see some sort of like control panel on the wall or ceiling or
Yes,
something?
on the far side
Excellent.
of the corridor. So it's
Excellent.
about 60 feet away from where you are. There is like a switch.
Oh, a switch. If only we had.
Do
mage hand.
these beams look magical?
Give me an Arcana check.
Ooh, can I help them?
Sure, roll with advantage.
Oh, perfect. Let's roll the two
Proficient.
new ones here. I got 2 new dice. Oh, that was not great. That was
Your new dice are terrible.
an 11. I rolled an 8 and a 4 with my +3. So a total of 11.
Thanks.
Yeah, it's difficult to say without like touching one, and you anticipate that doing that is not advisable.
Could your little penguin
So-
friend sneak through there? How big are the smallest gaps?
They're pretty sizable. Like you could not. It would be difficult for a halfling to get through, but like his little bird thing would have no problem.
Okay. So I could send Misty through, or I have just a thought. Would some kind of do you guys think maybe like some kind of darkness magic would suppress those beams?
I do not think that.
I don't know.
But maybe.
That was what I was asking about.
Oh no, I see.
The
Yeah,
magical
because
nature of the light.
right, because darkness turns off all light spells. Yeah.
It's like, what do you think? I mean, I can probably get Misty to head over there, but like, then what?
She peck
She's
the.
got flipper. She's got like little flipper wings.
She has a little beak.
Yeah.
It
She has a
is.
beak.
It is like at a normal like person like switch height, so it's like 3 feet off the ground.
Is it just like a button, or is it like a panel
like
that's
a-
going to need to be like something entered in?
Yeah,
Or
no.
left,
It's
okay.
just, but it's just like a mechanical switch
Okay.
thing.
I can see if she can flip it. Let's see. And so can she like waddle across the ground and like hop over like the lasers? Or
Yes. She could.
Okay.
She could definitely try. She's not like designed
most
for.
dexterous.
She's not designed for
Of land, air,
navigating-
and sea.
would that be better, or would trying to
Land's the
fly be
worst.
better? Because she can fly. She can fly. Really, I promise she's going to be great. She's just kind of a little spastic in the air.
No, waddling would be better, but it's still
She's performance shy.
not
it's
within
fine.
her not within her wheelhouse.
She does have decent dex. Like
Yeah.
that is her one good stat.
Okay, that's great.
So
yeah,
I'll have her. I mean, I can have her try. You got it, Misty. And I summon her. I'm like, go do the thing. And I'm gonna sit down at the top of the stairs
Yep.
and watch through her eyes so I can see first person what this looks like.
Okay, cool. Go ahead and give me an acrobatics for her with advantage if you're kind of helping to guide her and say like jump now.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Duck
help her
now.
guide her.
Go,
Okay.
Misty, go.
Misty.
So
Go, Misty.
that is way better. That's a 22.
Yay,
Misty.
You guys see this little black and white bird like waddle up to one of the beams of light, look at it, and just like pop right over it, and then does like a go under another one of them.
Does backflips through the lasers.
And makes his way to the other end. Misty is looking up at the switch and is like hopping and is like, man.
Fly. Try and fly.
Okay, so she flies up and flicks it, and you guys see all the lights
Oh.
first.
Excellent.
Good
Wow,
job,
your
Misty.
bird did a really
good
good
job.
job.
Misty
I come back out of
waddles proudly back to
turn.
you.
Good job. And I give her a little pat on the head.
Yeah, nuzzles you for some affection. Okay, you guys head up to the door. So The door here, there is not a lock. You don't see any way to enter a key. Instead, you see a series of sigils.
Are we finally gonna play Master?
Mastermind!
which-
Mastermind!
yeah.
which
I've been waiting.
seem to
Yeah,
indicate
I've
some sort of
practiced for
lock.
this.
Yeah, me too.
But I have the app downloaded on.
Okay, so you guys are going to tell me what color to order in what color to put in what order.
We definitely need to pick
Of
2 and 2.
Yeah, I'm a
Yeah,
fan
let's
of
do,
blue,
like,
blue, green,
minutes.
green.
Blue, blue,
Okay.
green, green.
Blue, blue, green,
That's
green.
Blue, blue, green, green.
Yeah, do it.
Oh god, we're gonna fail, aren't we? Ooh,
Okay,
join the
orange,
best spot.
orange, purple, purple. Oh, we have 2 whites. Never mind.
Wait, we have
Yeah.
2 whites.
Wait, as whites mean they're in the correct space?
Wrong
or-
spot.
No,
wrong
Right
spot.
color,
let's-
wrong place.
Let's do
Okay.
orange, orange, blue, blue,
Okay.
and rule out blue.
Yeah, let's do
Yeah.
that.
Well,
Still two right,
Ooh.
but they're different. So
so
that
it couldn't have been the blues before. Oh wait,
So
no.
we know.
Wait, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
no, it
Mine's
can't-
different.
So
Is
we know
white
it
the
can't
one
be
it can't
blue?
have been the blues.
Right.
So we should do green, green,
Yeah.
orange,
green,
orange.
green, orange, orange.
And I
Yeah.
think that might be it.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Woo!
Yes, that was so fast.
shortest, shortest game of Mastermind ever.
I know that was like the
We've been
fastest game I've
practicing.
ever done.
That's amazing.
Yay, that was awesome.
And
Yeah.
that thing's totally random too, because that's the
I
one I
know.
was using when I was playing with it.
Yeah, same here.
1 minute. Okay, the door click opens and swings in. So you look into Mystery Pandar's office. It's very well appointed, luxurious office. So getting back to Ratha. Ratha, you're pelting through the business district at this point. You know where the company office is. You get up to it. You know that Raja Pandar's office is on like the corner facing the street.
Mhm.
So you get there. So I guess you could like try to give it to them through one of the windows, or you could go inside.
Do we see her arrive?
Yeah. So you guys go into the office. You look out. You see this, crazy panther tusk like thing with like a key dangling off one of the tusks.
I really hope that's Ratha.
I like
Can-
I don't know. I can still like wave and stuff.
Yeah.
That
That's
panther's
gotta
in
be her.
trouble.
Panther like lifts up an arm.
Either
and
that
waving at
or
you.
the shadow tiger
That panther is sick.
got it. That
It
doesn't
needs
have
a
2
herd.
heads, so I don't think it's the shadow tiger.
I don't like act like
Right,
a panther. Like I'm just kind of like trying to like I go in a circle, kind of like a cat would. Like I'm about to.
Is this window open or can we open it?
You can open it from the inside.
Okay. Let's. I'm gonna like open the window. Like,
I'm
how
gonna
high
cast-
can you jump?
I'm gonna
can you jump?
send that to her in a message so we're not showing out the window.
Oh yeah.
I
Hi.
sent you a message. Hey, could you throw it up here?
Oh wait. Message I can like talk back, right?
Yeah.
Or think back, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. How high can this thing go? Oh my god, I lost track of
I
it.
think your vertical is your strength. Is that right?
Yeah. What is vertical height?
Yeah.
Normally it's your strength. I think this thing had like a jump ability.
Yeah, and I was like, I also have.
3
That's
plus your
ability.
strength modifier.
There was.
Okay.
let's-
Yeah. So probably not high enough, Ratha.
Okay.
Okay. Hey, wait, hold on.
Grappling hook.
And can I send the bird down?
Yeah, Misty, go down and
Yeah,
like grab
can I
the
send
key and
Misty
pick it
down?
up. Yes.
Missy is the MVP.
Huh.
Right?
She gets.
Misty's gonna go down and like grab it with her beak and
Yep.
like flap, flap, flap. And you
Flap,
you
flap.
guys get to see her fly this really spastic looking flight. Like it just looks like it takes a lot of effort. Like it's
Yeah.
working just fine. It just takes a lot of effort.
She like bumps into the wall a couple of times trying to get up to the window.
Oh.
Oh.
But she gets up there.
Okay.
Like-
So in the office here, so there's this huge desk. You can see where the key is. It obviously unlocks a variety of drawers. There's also a bookcase. In the bottom of the bookcase, there is also a safe, like a heavy metal safe. And there's a variety of furniture around. There's a variety of pictures in here as well, with the same kind of like, space type theme to a lot of the artwork in the office in here as well. So you guys go ahead, unlock the desk, open up the files, rifle through them, find the one for Zanzivis 9, whip it out. So Grikiki, you take out what you imagine to be this star map. You have heard of star maps like this. Most star maps that you have seen before, let me pull up an example. Hang on. Most of the star maps you have seen before look something like this. Like they're artistic, two-dimensional representations of three-dimensional space with a variety of notes, like this angle from here and that angle from there, and this sort of perihelon, etc. This star map, you recognize what this is, and you pass your hand over it. It projects a illusion of a three-dimensional sphere that, in addition to the route from Brawl to Zanzivis 9, also provides a lot of other details. So you can, no problem, trace the map of the route from Brawl to Zanzivis 9 as is in the 15 minutes that you had previously planned on. You could also add in a variety of details that this map has that you were not necessarily planning on putting in, such as inhabited asteroids and towns, other points of interest, like water resupply points, like other things along those lines, in addition to the actual route. That is going to take you more time, and it is potentially going to stress the other team getting the key back in position in time.
Okay. Grikiki's like, I can do this in 15 minutes, but do you want that or that
If we
or that?
if we can get it, I mean, that would be great. I don't want to leave the other group in a bad spot, but like whatever information we can get, I want to get.
Well, you guys tell me when to stop then.
Oh, okay. What do you think, Enid?
I mean,
Stop drinking the water.
Grikiki starts drawing.
right.
Okay.
The more we can figure out about the shareholder company, the better.
So while Grikiki is copying the map, first of all, Ratha, what are you doing? So you're in the business district in the street. You're like this big tusk panther thing. You just gonna like sit on the stones and hang out, or
Are there like any bushes or something nearby? Like,
bushes? Yeah.
that I can like hide in that are large enough for me to.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. No
Chill
problem.
out
Yeah,
in.
you find like a little dark area with some bushes and trees, and you just kind of settle in there. Aezsh and Enid, while Grikiki's doing this, it's pretty fucking boring.
Oh, I'm looking
Just
over this
crazy.
office.
Yeah. I was wanting to see, is there any other paperwork in the Zanzivis 9 folder?
Yeah. You guys gonna
Alright.
kind of rifle through the desk then?
I'm a rifle.
Anything we can find on Zanzivis 9, I want to find.
Okay. Great.
Also,
Me
if I don't
rifling.
know if there would be any personnel
very-
files in here, but if there are any kind of personnel
Yeah.
files, I'm looking for our
Want 'em.
parents.
Yep. My parents do.
Are we wearing gloves? Should we have worn gloves?
Enid wears gloves 24/7.
I wear gloves all
you
the
guys
time.
have never seen
Like,
her hands.
yeah, we both always wear gloves.
I don't think your Grikiki does. But also, fingerprinting isn't really a thing. So,
Oh, okay.
okay. So you can either make separate investigation checks, or one of you can do it with advantage.
What's your mod?
Uh,
You're smarter than me. You do it with advantage.
okay. All right, I'll do that. I'll take a look.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, that was abysmal. That's a 7.
Oh,
That was
Jeez.
I have a +3. That was a 1 and a 4.
Oh man.
Your new dice are not
Wait.
great.
Yeah, were you on
They
Santa's
aced it for-
naughty list this year?
They aced it for that the birds check, but not for me.
No. Your penguin's dice are great. Your dice are
Yeah,
That's true. That's
just,
true.
Just
We
roll
just need
those
the
for
penguin to
Misty.
search.
Yeah.
We need the penguin to search with its
Misty,
-4.
Can you find anything?
We need her to search with her -4.
Gets a nat 20.
Actually, cool.
Okay. So yeah, Aezsh, Enid, you guys shift through these papers, kind of look through them. So yeah, there's a lot of information here. There's definitely personnel files. There's information on your parents. It seems like there's just like annual performance review kind of stuff. It seems like they're doing a great job. There are a couple of notes about the lightning cannon technology that let's see, with Enid, I believe that's your mom developed primarily.
Mhm.
So there's information about that. There's reports. It seems like, you know, the mines have been productive, like they're producing the power crystals that were expected. So everything seems to be in like working order, basically.
Okay.
It doesn't seem like there was any problem that was reported per se.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there any? Can Aezsh find any? This, I know this is like a bit of a weird one since we're in the office for this person, but is there any like personal information about Mystery Pandar that he could find? Or
yeah, well, so with that 7, you get the impression that he delegates like a lot of the basic stuff to his assistant Pentuma, that he often is traveling, and obviously Aezsh, you know this,
yeah,
like you have encountered it before.
yeah.
It's not super obvious that it is human or elven or any other like race or species that you are able to identify, just based on like time when notes are made. Like this thing doesn't seem to sleep, and it also seems to have access to a wide variety of information that you cannot explain without the use of magic. So you suspect that whatever it is, it has access to fairly substantial magical abilities.
Curious. Did we? There was nothing about. I don't see anything in here about anything going wrong in Zanzibar. I wonder why they would have written it off or made the claim on it. That's so strange. Okay, I'm gonna look for. I want to look for Zyron's personnel file and see what is up with him.
Okay,
because,
yeah.
You know what I'm referencing with
yes.
that.
Yeah, no problem at all. Yeah, it makes it very clear that after a couple of years, after working for the shareholder company, Zyron was turned as a vampire. He now works as a junior special assistant to take care of special problems. He gets pretty routine, excellent performance reviews.
I was worried that was what it was.
Entire files on his cheek.
That would, yeah. I mean, he said he was happy with it. He said he made a deal he was happy with, but what a deal that was.
Thinks back to the reverse Uno card incident and shudders a little bit. Yeah.
Okay, so Ratha, you're waiting and you're waiting and you're waiting, and like it's dragging on longer than you thought the plan was.
I kind of look up there. Do I notice if they're still in there, or if they're doing anything?
Yeah, you seem like it seems like they're still up there. Kind of, you see shadows and whatnot that they're apparently doing stuff.
Okay. Do I notice if anybody is like walking into the building, if they look like they've been noticed?
You haven't seen anybody around and about. Again, the business district's pretty dead and quiet at night.
Okay. I haven't seen that little bird come out. Nobody's messaged me or anything. So I'll just keep sitting
If
here.
we look out the window, can we even see where Ratha went?
Yeah, after a little bit, like you guys see her like pacing, basically, where it's like, what the hell are you guys doing?
I think she's getting anxious. Grikiki, how close are you? How far have you gotten?
the pathway part?
Yeah, you're well past the basics of the information. You're adding like the little details and features and like, you know, the you're not adding absolutely everything, but you're adding like what you think is pretty important to know around this route.
Okay.
Do you think
that's
that's good enough?
Yeah, it's good
I
enough.
think it's gonna have to be.
Okay.
5 more minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can stop anytime you need me to. I got what we need.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. I guess if
Really
we've got
want
what we
to
need,
start.
I mean, I want to get as much as we can, but if we've got what we need,
I really want this.
let's go.
Give me a navigator's check, Grikiki, to see how complete you're able to make this map.
Do I add in my navigator's tools proficiency?
Correct.
17.
17. Okay, great. If you could make a note of that, map to Zanzivis 9, parentheses, DC 17.
Okay.
That would be helpful. Okay, so you finished copying it down. You guys put everything back. You're going to try to put it back the way that you found it?
Trying to, yeah. We want to make it look as undisturbed as possible, which is,
Let's
I know
do
we've been
a-
kind of rifling through the files.
Yes, let's do a group stealth check here. All 3 of you roll your stealth for me. And let's do intelligence instead of dexterity, modifying this.
Womp womp.
Oh,
Ah ha 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 ha
Oh,
ha
no.
ha 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 ha.
3.
That's 13.
Kiki, 0?
Yeah, I rolled a 2.
I rolled a 10, but
I rolled a
I'm
3.
Standard.
proficient in
Wow.
stealth, but that it would be.
Oh
I'm
wait,
not-
I am proficient in stealth, so it's not a 3.
It's
Oh
a
wait,
5.
it's a stealth check. Oh, but with
Oh,
okay,
with
so
With
that
intelligence.
Yeah.
okay, yeah,
So
so
there you
that
go.
is slightly, but no, but I'm not proficient, so it doesn't make any difference. It's just still terrible.
Yep. Okay, so you guys put everything back. You just kind of like stuff it back where you think it should go. You roll up the map. You relock the desk. You get the key back to Ratha.
Yeah.
Ratha runs off. So back to the townhouse. So, Kida Falcon, Belloryn, you guys have gone elsewhere, and way more time is ticking by than you expected to pass. You're not sure what happened on the other end of the job, but it's not. Ratha's not back with the key yet, and the clock is ticking. Pentuma, you can see like every now and then you check on him, like he's eating his pasta. Like you can see him like finishing up his pasta, like he's washing up his bowls. Like it looks like he's getting ready to go back upstairs and go to bed. You see a couple more patrols walk by. Fortunately, you guys are able to duck out of sight with that previous very good stealth check that you made. And just as you see Pentuma like kind of rolling up some papers and tucking them up under his arm to head up to his room, Ratha pelts around the corner with this key dangling from one of her tusks.
If we don't want to send Kida in, I can use Mage Hand this time to put it in, like floating from outside the window. And Mage Hand can also open the window if it's not locked.
Yeah.
So Mage Hand's only 30 feet, I think, so I still have to float. So I'll take the key from Ratha. I'll use Tempestuous Magic to
Okay. Yep.
to float up 10 feet in the air. So whirling gusts start whirling around Belloryn, and he just levitates 10 feet straight up in the air. And then he will, with our hand, more wind, maybe some crackling of that lightning will cast out, and then like a lightning spectral hand will fade out of his and start floating towards the window and open it.
Okay.
Come back for the key, then go back out and put it on the little nightstand.
Cool. Give me 2 rolls. First, give me an Arcana check to see how close you can get the key to where you think it should be.
Arcana? Okay. 12.
Okay. And then give me a stealth check as Pentuma is heading up the
I'm
stairs.
gonna cast Pass Without Trace on all of us.
Thank you.
Ooh.
Okay, 29.
Said
then.
that.
Nice.
29.
I've done that earlier, sorry. I realized what new spells I had. Would have helped significantly.
No, not
Almost
29.
glad you forgot.
29. Okay,
No,
great.
just 24. Sorry, 24.
Okay,
It's
great.
24.
Yeah, just 24.
24.
Okay, so Belloryn spurls up on a gust of wind, opens the window, puts the key pretty close to where he thinks it is, pretty silently, closes the door, gusts back down. You guys bolt away. Rendezvousing at the ship?
It
Yes.
does, wherever we talked about, yes.
Okay. Back to the company building. So you guys have raided the desk. You've got the map. You know where you're going. You've got
We gotta get out of
here. What's the plan for exit?
We got to get out of here and make it look like we were never here. We did a
Well, we
great
said-
job packing that stuff back in the desk. They'll never notice.
Perfect.
They'll never notice.
Okay.
Okay, so we got to go back outside, close it behind us. Does it lock behind us?
It does. Yeah, the door.
Okay.
Yeah, the office door locks behind you. No
Okay.
problem.
Let's
Okay.
get back over to the stairs,
And you'll make the bird turn.
and
into
I'll
a-
have Misty go turn the thing back on.
Okay. So
And
so yeah,
how-
Misty walls over to the switch, flaps up, clicks it back on, no problem, and then needs to make her way back over the beam. So give me another.
Can I
Sister, just
can
a
I
sister.
unsummon her?
Can you do that from
On the other
distance?
I don't see any requirement to be there.
Okay. Yeah.
It just says as an action, as an action you can temporarily dismiss your familiar.
Nice.
It disappears into a pocket dimension.
Okay, great.
So-
Yeah. So Misty clicks the beams back on, looks at you, and just poof, pops into a pocket dimension. You just
All right,
you guys
we gotta
swing
get back
swing
down.
on the rope with the grappling hook.
I'm gonna use my spell again to cast spider climb. Go up, unhook the grappling hook,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna use mending to try and patch up the ceiling.
Ooh, nice. Okay. Yeah, based on the fact that you like placed it there wasn't very much of a mark, but with the mending, totally gone.
Okay, and then head back down and giving
Okay.
it back her grappling hook.
What are you gonna do, if anything,
We got-
to make the front door look like it's been jimmied?
I'm gonna take the thieves'
Uh,
tools that Deer Falcon gave me and really poorly try to pick this lock.
Ooh, nice. Okay. Give
So it
me,
actually looks like I picked the
give me
lock, but
either
it's not.
deception or sleight of hand.
Deception is better. Deception it is. Ooh, and that's charisma, right? I'm gonna do my thing. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Okay, so woohoo! I'm definitely gonna do that. So I'm gonna use my feet to roll a d6 to add it to it.
Oh yeah.
And the psionic.
My
the
psionic die.
Cool.
Oh, and I rolled max, which means it will turn into a d4 after this, but that's okay. So, but it's still just a 12.
Still 12. Okay, great.
I
So
rolled
yeah,
a 2.
you jack it up as best you can. You guys close the door and head out into the night back to the ship. All right, great. So everybody's back at the Whistling Meteor. Grikiki has a copy, a pretty nice copy of the route to Zanzivis 9.
Nice job, Grikiki. That thing looks great.
It's amazing.
Is this why you all took so long getting us the
Oh,
key back?
Sorry about that. No, she did a great job. That wasn't Grikiki's fault. There's a lot of extra information.
More
See all
complex than
these
we
extra
anticipated.
details? We asked her to get as much of that extra stuff as possible. It kind of took a little while.
If this doesn't pay off, I'm going to shoot you.
Okay, well it will pay off. So you don't have to worry about it.
I'm gonna cast. Oh no, I'm not going to. You just made me really mad. I was just.
It's fine. It's fine, guys. We got what we needed. They'll never know we were there. We were so sneaky. You guys should have seen Misty. She did amazing.
Misty?
This bird.
Yeah, and he like resummons the bird.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Oh.
she did awesome. So good.
He kind of
Good
preached
bird. And I-
proudly.
And
What
pet
type
her
of
again.
bird is she?
It is a thick-billed myrrh. Is the name of it. I'll send you. I will type that.
And how do those taste barbecued?
He's a member of the crew.
I mean, you could try, but
For now.
it's not gonna work. She'd just go poof. And
No,
then
we
get
couldn't
really
have done
mad
it without
'cause
her. She's a member of the crew. You can't eat her.
Alright.
I don't think my patron would like you very
Just
much
a
if you tried to
tasty-
kill the familiar she gave me.
I just want a wing. I haven't had anything to eat all evening.
Well, yeah, I don't think that would work very well. She's not a real, she's not a real bird. Like, not a
Let me
living.
dream.
Wait, she's not a real bird?
And it's complicated. She's a magic bird. You saw her go poof, right?
Unlike
Normal
me,
birds
am
don't do
I a
that.
real bird when I transform?
Yeah.
I don't know. Are you?
Okay,
I don't know how that works.
So
What
what's
does
the-
real mean?
Okay, so what's the plan? Do you guys so you have the map. You don't really have like supplies or anything. It's a pretty long journey. So Grikiki, since you got that much detail, there's the like traditional path that it looks like the shareholder company usually takes, which is about 3 weeks to get to the asteroid. You got enough detail off of this map that you see that there is actually a much faster route that's only about a week to get to the asteroid. The reason why you think the shareholder company does not take that path is that there are a number of obstacles in that way that seem dangerous. So it's possible to cut the time down, but it's certainly more perilous to do. And obviously the company is usually not in any particular rush to get ships there, so they usually take the safer route.
What kind of obstacles?
So there's a couple of like, how do I describe it? It's like a sea of rainbow light that creates like wild magic type effects. Or one of the obstacles. Obviously, there's the asteroid field itself, which Zanzivis 9 is in the middle of. But if you took the long way, you kind of avoid most of the field getting there. Going the short way, you kind of like barrel through most of the field. And there's a couple of notes about like pirates and monsters and that sort of thing on this faster route.
I indicate all this to the party.
And all of you with spelljamming proficiency know that a trip of this journey, you're going to need something for your air supply because you're going to run out of air. The ship has enough air for 10 people for 10 days, basically. And you need to think about food and water, which you'll either need to buy on Brawl or scavenge or do something about en route.
Is there anywhere, if we take depending on which route we take, is there anywhere we can, on the map, Grikiki, that it looks like we could stop for a resupply?
Yes, there's definitely air resupply, no problem at all. And then food and water, there are a couple of like settlements that you should be able to stop at. The last along the longer route, the last like week of it is like there's nothing. There's nobody out there, sort of thing.
Yeah, it's kind of in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
Yeah. That's Zanzivis.
What sort of thing could we do if we took the longer route? Like, how would we make our air last longer? Or is there anything we could do about that to extend the amount of time? Do we know?
If we
Or
took the
would we
long way?
have to refill?
Yeah, you guys know that some ships will employ like a garden, basically, or have like bushes or trees or that sort of thing. And obviously, having a druid on board that could manage that would be tremendously effective.
That would be Ratha. If you could help cultivate a garden, that'd be awesome.
Pretty sure I could do that.
We still are going to
Probably.
need food, but like
I can
that
help
would
with that too.
that would help with the air.
Gardens can make food.
Pretty good at finding food too.
So you guys could supply what you need to here in Brawl with like some bushes and some dirt and some basic supplies, etc. Or you could go ahead and head out and try to supply at one of these little outposts on the way.
What do y'all think? There are a lot of people here on Brawl who really don't like us.
I think it might be a good idea to
Probably.
pick up on the basics here at least, just so that we can be sure we have it.
Get
It's
some
probably more
basics and
expensive
then-
on the way.
Yeah.
We should get water.
It would be
Or
nice to sell
here.
that painting, but I don't think we should do that
Oh
here.
yeah.
Yeah, that's probably a bad idea. It's gonna be recognized here.
But we won't get as much for it on an outpost.
I wonder if Milcock knows a fence.
I bet he does.
Bet he does. Yeah.
That's a good idea. Out of curiosity, I know we got money from when we were doing the stuff for the guy at the place. I've forgotten all of the names. On the
shipyard?
last
Lieutenant
Mandrill.
George.
the guy who had the bird things we rode on. We did a thing for him.
Oh, at the
SB.
shipyard.
SB
Oh,
back on
yes.
Andril.
How much money did we get from him again?
Not a ton up front. We got a lot.
Right.
Like we got some up front, but the rest he was like, "I'll send it to the academy
Okay.
on
'cause
completion."
I thought I was remembering it was like 150 gold for us and then 150 gold to the academy. Okay.
Yeah,
Did we ever like?
yeah, I think you
Something.
guys, you got that because Lieutenant George
Yeah.
paid it out. as
Someone
well.
Yeah.
in the party was keeping track of it, and I think it was Aezsh. Because
Yeah,
I remember
I have-
thinking at the time that he was the least trustworthy person. in the party. We should give him all our gold.
Yeah, I have very detailed
The
notes,
most
so I can go back
trustworthy
and find in my
person.
notes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
where
yeah. I
that
thought
was.
Aezsh collected it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I
If
just
so,
like,
then he's got a
I-
pretty convenient place to store gold, store stuff if we
True.
need it in the ring.
Oh yeah.
That's kind of like his extra backpack right now that he can only go into once a day.
We also
If we need it right now,
found-
I can't get it right now, but tomorrow.
The assets aren't really liquid.
we found
Ironic.
on the ship gold. We found 200 gold pieces on the ship, a platinum ring, 2 agates,
Right.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
I have my
bolts
ring.
of anchoring, the
Yeah.
Yeah.
contours of Lee's
We
home,
distributed
ointment
everything but
of
the
sight.
gold.
What the heck is ointment
Yeah,
of sight? We got
yeah, we
ointment of sight.
distributed-
It has it for dark sight.
Yeah.
We distributed the rest of that stuff.
ointment. Belloryn has the
took-
scroll of
I
Lee's.
took the ring.
Yeah,
I have
the
the
gold
agate.
pieces we distributed because I have that written in my notes that we divided it 7 ways and we.
No, we'd never.
No,
Did
we
we
didn't do
not?
that.
We
Or
did.
did we-
We said we were
okay.
going to.
That's right. I have the
We
math
never
to divide
did
it out,
actually
but
do
we
that.
never actually did it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I had written down 150 gold, and I'm like, I don't actually have 150 gold,
Yeah.
but I remember them
Yeah,
saying
it was-
150
it was
gold.
It was
Okay.
200 gold is what I have in my notes.
Yeah, 200
from
gold that we
what we
found on the
found
ship. That's
on the
not
ship.
from the payment.
So 350 total, and then split between
Yeah,
the 7
and
of us,
then-
right?
Oh, that's
Yes.
easy. That's nice. That's 50
Yeah.
gold a piece. I love it when
think
math
that's
is
how that
nice.
works.
Did you guys? Did
Plus
you guys
whatever
wanna
pocket
split
money
it,
you
or
already
are you
had.
keeping it,
Mhm.
or are you keeping it?
Or are we keeping like a ship fund? Because I
We
think
should keep a ship fund.
I mean I got
Yeah.
pickpocketed a little bit already here on Brawl. I don't want to carry around a ton of gold on me and risk getting pickpocketed again.
Yeah, I was pickpocketed too.
Is this what I was on here? Did I get pickpocketed? I'm assuming I didn't get pickpocketed.
We could basically split it so that we each have like 20 gold. Because
Yeah, and
if
then-
we each essentially have 50, and then
Yeah.
that way we'll have it on hand, and then we
Right.
can keep the ship fund in your ring or on the ship or
Yeah.
something like that. If that makes
Yeah,
sense.
let's just
Yeah.
we should probably keep it on the ship where we can access it if we need to. Because
Mhm.
in the ring it's convenient to carry around, but not the most accessible if we need it. Can't get in there very often. It's pretty
Okay.
taxing.
So you guys divvy that up, and then again, you got some jewelry.
Yeah, we have the 2 agate gemstones,
Oh yeah.
platinum ring.
I could
can
fence
try
that
and-
ring along. I could see if I could get Milcock to find a fence to both buy that ring and the painting that you guys stole.
I mean, the painting maybe isn't the best. This isn't the best place, I don't think. It's going to probably get. I mean, if we can ditch it and run,
We're
maybe it's not
leaving-
the worst.
If we're fencing it, it's hopefully not directly linked back to us. And also we were advertising that, yes, this thing was stolen.
That's true.
Yeah, I wanted to make it obvious that was taken.
Yeah, we need to make it obvious that was taken, but not that it was us.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so what do you guys? So you're just gonna hang on to the painting for now, and then the agates and the rings you're gonna try to sell.
Or were you gonna? Or did you want to try and sell the painting now? The painting's gonna have to wait till the morning. At the very least.
It's all gonna have to wait until the morning on a fundamental level.
Well, if we
Yeah.
hang on to the painting, then they'll keep looking for it.
I think we should sell the painting here, and just see if
Sure.
we can avoid getting it linked back to us. If anyone has like a disguise kit or something, we could even do that for selling it.
Did we ever get a disguise kit?
I can't do that.
I mean, I'm disguised to look like not a
You're probably the most identifiable person on this crew. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Yeah. I mean, I will say I do have rustic hospitality, which basically makes me like in Assassin's Creed, where I can just kind of blend in wherever. Which is
Something tells me
counterintuitive, considering
Tabaxi here are gonna be pretty noticed. If the past is any indication.
Okay, so what's the plan? You guys have like about 5 hours until things will be like, hopping enough to go and resupply and sell stuff.
Okay, well, once we sell that stuff and buy some, at least some basic supplies, do we head for Xanthus? Do we need to? Are there other things we should take care of on here? I mean, I'd like to visit the library, but it sounds like that's a scary place. Belloryn, you advised not going there, right?
Yeah, we're never going there.
Guess
Even
it just
just-
depends how long you think your parents can wait.
Yeah, I don't want to wait on them. If anything, we can come back to Brawl. Is that okay? I know, Ratha, you had a lot you wanted to find here at the library. I had questions I wanted to, but
Your parents are the more pressing matter.
We can come
Maybe we-
back and then, see how many people are out to get us then.
Maybe by
the
then the
number will
heat
have
will
gone
have died
down.
down at least a
Yeah.
little bit.
I mean, no, I love staying in the place where there's a bounty on my head to be enslaved. This is a great place. I love this planet, asteroid,
Yeah,
whatever it is.
let's get off here as quick as we can then.
Not especially
What do you guys
fond of it either. There's a lot of people my father owes money to here.
Okay, so why don't you
Isn't
take,
that everywhere?
Shut up.
Oh.
okay, so the platinum ring will basically buy you the supplies that you guys need. So if someone could put 6 weeks of supplies down.
How much
and
did that cost us?
that was the platinum ring, basically.
Oh, okay.
And then the 2 agate add on 30 gold to your existing treasure.
Grikiki looks somewhat sad about handing over her agate. Just if anyone was wondering. She does it willingly, but she's like, oh, I thought it was mine.
Oh, no, keep it. No.
Okay, so you guys successfully get supply, get stuff for Ratha to maintain a garden and some shrubs to help your air envelope. You push off from the dock and head out into space.
Presumably we ditched the Gith.
Yeah, they're
Or
all
no,
ditched. Yeah.
Okay.
At
Come
some
with us.
point, at some point during the first night, whenever Falcon goes off on his own, I'm casting darkness on him, just on his person, like on his gun, just while he's in the ship. I'm not saying it, I'm just doing it.
How,
So
how
he's
big is
stuck-
that?
It's a 15-foot radius. I don't really care. I said when he walks
That's like
away,
most of the shit.
it's fine. No, when he's leaving, I'm casting darkness on him, and it's fine.
He's also the only one of us without dark vision,
I know.
right?
That wouldn't matter. You can't see
Yeah,
it.
it
Even
doesn't
with
work.
dark
It doesn't
vision, you
matter.
can't see.
Right.
Yeah, it's magic darkness, but
I
I
don't
just
understand. I
like
don't
towards
understand what's
the-
happening.
Because he threatened to shoot.
because he's trying to
Aezsh.
shoot Aezsh, so
Oh,
that with him.
okay.
This is like
Only
a side
if-
thing, like as he's like off somewhere on the ship after
Got
we're
it.
all dispersing and relaxing. I'm just casting darkness on him.
Okay.
I'm angry with him.
Yeah, as you guys, as Belloryn tries to gently pilot ship off, you guys hear the two old guys at the Spotted Snake. What's the difference between that pilot and a penguin? I don't know. What? One's got flippers for hand, and the other's a penguin. Ah!
I love these guys.
We can just bring them with us. Just kidnap them and
Yeah.
we'll have running commentary.
Erik at first.
Did we ever get their names?
I'm not
Yes.
sure if you did. But
Yeah, I think it was like
We did.
Is
But I
it-
don't remember.
it was
what they
some
in the
said.
pun on
Discord?
Waldorf.
It's in the. It was in the chat.
Oh, I may not have.
Like Staten and
Got that.
Waldorf.
Eamon and Erdoff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so you guys, I'm sorry, who's piloting? Is it Falcon?
You said Belloryn.
Belloryn.
Okay, it was initially
But-
piloting. And you guys take off. So are you going to take the safe plotted route or try to brave across the wild frontier, as it were, direct straight line?
How much of a
I wanna
time
get there
difference
as
is
quick
it?
as we
Yeah, I wanna
can,
get there
but-
as fast as possible. How big of a?
But there's a reason they take that route.
Yeah. Actually, go ahead and those of you with Spelljammer proficiency, go ahead and roll that for me.
Is that everyone now?
I think we all have it now.
Except for Ratha, I think, is still
Oh.
without.
Oh.
She missed your training run.
When did we?
that.
Yeah, go ahead and
Uh,
for me so I can kind of keep track.
How do we?
So it's proficiency plus. Is it just proficiency?
is it just a straight roll plus proficiency,
Oh,
or
I'm
is
sorry,
it
it's intelligence.
Oh, intelligence.
Okay.
That means
Oh.
for me it is a straight
Oh.
proficiency.
Well, then
Okay,
It-
so
for me,
it's
it's-
plus. Is it plus intelligence and plus proficiency?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
So the group is a little bit divided. So looking at the map that Grikiki has created with the hazards in place, some people feel that the hazards are fairly extreme and could be especially going so far off of any like traveled path. Like if you guys run into trouble, you are completely screwed. Some of you all feel that you're reasonably competent. You're Egg Fort graduates. Like you're adventurers. You know how to adventure. Like you think that, you know, whatever's out there, it can't be like too bad. And you can probably triumph if confronted. So it's a little bit like,
But we don't know which group is which.
that's correct. So yeah, a little 6 of one, half dozen of the other.
Well, did we need to resupply along the way?
No, you guys are fine for supplies. You can make it. You have 6
Okay.
weeks of supplies. You got plenty of buffer.
Well,
Okay.
Aezsh and Enid, it's your folks, so it's really up to you.
I want to get there as fast as possible, but I want to get.
But I
there
also want to
alive.
get there.
we also don't have the greatest ship in the galaxy.
It's also already been like 4 months, I think, at this point.
Yeah, it's been a while. We haven't heard from them
Yeah.
since before graduation, so I don't know how much more. What, like 2 more weeks is gonna make. As much as I want to get there as fast as we can, I think maybe we just make sure we get there.
Yeah. Let's be safe.
Okay. So you
We're not doing
guys
them any good
punch
if we
in.
don't get there alive.
Yep. Grikiki figures out the coordinates, gives it to Belloryn. You guys orient that way and head off into spelljamming speeds. So since we have a little bit of time, I do want to figure out a watch order because you guys. So someone's going to have to be piloting the ship 24 hours a day, basically. And then I just added in a mechanic rules for that.
So spellcasters get an 8-hour buffer at the cost of all their spells
Correct.
to lose for
Is that
exhaustion.
optional?
Like could they just like take the level of exhaustion? It is not. No, the helm automatically drains magic first.
Yeah,
How do you
just
dispel
adding that to my
levels of
notes.
exhaustion? Just like,
Sleep.
Resting.
like
Yeah.
specifically, do you have to have a certain amount per level of exhaustion?
I think
to
you
It's
get one level back every long rest.
Mhm.
Yep.
Okay.
If you have 2 levels of exhaustion, it's going to take you 2 whole long rests to get back.
Got
And
it.
if you get 6 levels of exhaustion, you just drop dead.
Cool.
So don't
Yep.
get 6 levels of exhaustion.
Noted.
Do we want? So does that mean we want our non-casters to go first?
Well, it doesn't matter if they go first or last.
Do we? How many? Wait. So, I mean, hypothetically, we could do it round the clock without any non-casters having to pilot.
Mhm.
If you don't want to be exhausted.
6 ships. Yeah.
I guess.
So who do we? So we have Gyrfalcon, Kida, and Grikiki as non-casters, right?
Yeah.
And then we have Ratha, Enid, Aezsh, and Belloryn. So we've only got 4 casters.
I mean, we can pilot. We just have to do it right before we go to bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we have to take
Yeah,
shifts sleeping
I guess
anyway.
that's true. So so can someone mock up a schedule for what that would look
Yeah.
like? And then not only piloting, but I also need to know who is going to be awake each shift.
Then Ratha
that
only
way-
meditates for 4 hours, so you can factor that in too.
Oh, right. That's
I
Right.
don't have to sleep a whole 8 hours.
Okay.
yes. Although to
Okay.
regain exhaustion, you'll still need to
Yeah.
rest the additional 4 or whatever,
Yeah, that's true.
but you won't be
Yeah.
totally.
You could be awake keeping watch and stuff, but you just can't be
Yeah.
like piloting or anything like that.
Who's going to be the captain for this trip?
X.
Not me.
Ratha steps away.
I think Belloryn had been and seemed to do a reasonable job. He's certainly happy to volunteer.
Well, then I think Belloryn should make the piloting schedule.
Working on it.
Let's see.
Belloryn.
Friends, I will be honored to make
Okay.
the schedule for us.
Well, we can. I'll have you guys do that in the interim between now and then. So we're just going to jump to the first encounter that you have, and then cut it as that starts. So you guys head off in the right direction. 2 days passes. You're kind of starting to get into the rhythm of the ship and figuring out, getting all the plants tended, getting your supplies settled, etc. And then you come out of spell jamming speeds abruptly without really any notice, and there is a distress signal. All of you know that a distress signal will do 2 things. One, it'll stop any ship from spell jamming speed, so it'll just immediately pull you out. And that there is a generally universally accepted protocol to explore and help those emitting distress signals, because in the deep blackness of space, if it was you would want to be helped as well.
Is there a generally accepted consequence for a fraudulent distress call?
Yes, also true. So like pirates and those sorts of things will not use this to lure people. As a general rule, Gyrfalcon, you probably know like a couple of rumors of like some really bad pirates who would, but they're like, it was never ever proved that they did, because if they did, they would be like super out of it. But
Like
yeah,
a
as a
huge
general,
taboo against doing it.
yeah, it's a pretty substantial taboo against using this to lure, because pirates have easier ways to do it. Usually they'll just park a asteroid or something in the space lane, and that stops people immediately, and then they board them. So they're
I communicate that to the others.
cool. All right,
Drop a little
so
pirate knowledge.
we will call it there and see what you do with the distress signal next game.
Also, does the Also, does the darkness go away from Salamandra?
Oh yeah.
It only lasts like a certain
That was
amount.
gone nights
Okay,
ago.
in that case, that night, he goes up to do target practice, gets frustrated, and then just kind of silently gives Enid the stink eye the next morning.
Perfect. Good.
And also, since you guys do have so many magic users on board and you have a fair amount of time, and with the detail that Grikiki got you from the map, with this 17 navigation check, without too much of a detour, you think you can hit some areas that have magical properties that you all could harness to craft into a magical item. So, so spellcasters, you may put your efforts together to create a magic item in this time span using the resources that you're able to gather passively going through this sector of space. So I want you guys to discuss amongst each other and figure out who's getting what, and
What sort of capability of item could we manage to put our heads together and make? Like how complicated of a thing?
Moderately complicated. So I don't usually use magic items from the DMG, but something like a +1 weapon that also has another power, or a +1 armor that also has another power, or a wand or something like that. So a fairly wondrous object you guys think that you can put together.
Awesome.
Cool.
Sweet.
Exciting. Go.
Just the one, right?
Just one. Yep.
Okay.
It's pretty good.
Cool. All right.
I guess we will figure that out in the interim.
Yes. Yeah, we can
Sounds
use the
good.
Discord or whatever.
Sweet.
Awesome.
Bye,
Hey.
everyone.
All right. Well, thanks for
Bye,
the game,
everybody.
you
Yeah,
guys.
that
Thanks
was
for
fun.
game. Everybody have a
Game,
happy
yeah.
New Year.
Good heist.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
We pulled it off.
Yeah. Well,
I'm glad we didn't have to fight the tiger.
We didn't even see the tiger, did we?
I know.
Didn't even
Right?
see the
Not
shadow
even
tiger.
convinced. the
I'm
tiger's
slightly
real.
disappointed.
yeah.
I was
I am
Two-headed
not. I'm
shadow
glad. I'm
tiger.
glad we
Slightly.
avoided it.
Emphasis on the slightly.
I was not sure how we were gonna figure out how to deal with a tiger, so I'm pretty okay with that.
Stealthily.
Panther tiger fight or
Oh
something.
my
I was planning on being like, I go up to the tiger and slow blink at it, indicating
what I was
my
thinking.
trust.
Snuggle up to the tiger.
Oh my god.
I scratch it under the chin.
But
Hopefully
which
it doesn't take your
chin?
hand off.
Both chins?
I hold my
Both
hand out in a
Oh
fence.
yeah.
Yeah.
If you only do the one, the other side's gonna get jealous.
Yeah.
And attack you.
Kitty, 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 kitty.
Outstanding.
It'll be of two minds about killing you.
Oh.
I'll see myself out.
Come on. Well, next time we come to Brawl, then we can just co-visit and casually break into the house now that there's
Yeah.
no association.
We just broke in for the tiger.
You know?
Or did you had a tiger? Wanted to see it.
Oh man.
All right. Thanks, you guys. I had fun.
Bye guys.
See
Have a
ya.
great new year.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, all.